This might be our very last episode.
It's a lot of people's last. Anytime somebody talks, it's like...
So today we got news that a whistleblower that was set to appear before Congress.
By the way, we're blowing no whistles.
No. Just so everyone is clear, I don't feel like unaliving myself.
We are reporting the facts.
Yes, I do not want to unalive myself. I don't think Joey does either.
No, definitely not.
And
I'm good. I'm chilling. I like my life.
Yeah, I love my life.
I don't have meltdowns on social media. I don't cry in front of the camera. None of that stuff.
I don't do that. I don't, I don't post on social media things that are negative.
Yeah, I don't. You can't. They can't spin it on us. They can't spin it.
I don't post anything negative about other people.
It have to.
Wait, where is it? Nope. Let me try it again. I don't post anything on social media that's negative about other people. There we go.
Okay.
All right. All righty. Now that I got that out of the way. Joey.
Yeah, this is a...
You got some notes for me that I can read?
I do. I got some notes.
Okay. Well, as everybody knows, in the world of UFOs and NASA and anti-gravity or gravity reverse engineering,
0 point energy stuff,
there is a lot of people that have gone either missing or are no longer with us.
Mm-hmm. Through either homicide or self-inflicted wounds.
Self-inflicted. That word.
Allegedly.
All
allegedly.
That's the word, allegedly. I think I might be the one that's doing it now.
No.
Yeah,
definitely not.
You think I'm a saint? I am the greatest of them all.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, best president ever.
Yeah, indeed.
They tried to get me yesterday again.
They did.
I just sat there.
They did. I have a. It kind of segues into. We're going to talk about that. Kind of segues into what we're talking about right now.
I just sat there with Milena. I said, "Get JD out of here right now. He's the best vice president ever." And I sat there and I had my drink. And then they got me off. 5 minutes later, photo ops, flag came down from above, fist up, photo taken, best picture ever.
Boom. Although the flag was there before.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
I mean, they do. Have you ever been to those rallies?
No.
They always put a flag above.
Never
a
catch
at a
me
rally.
In places.
Not like a Trump rally or a particular political rally, but all rallies, they always put an American flag either to the left or above.
I will never be at anywhere where there's a lot of people, especially now more than ever.
Yeah. And you just become an innocent bystander.
You will never catch me at any type of political event ever. So that's that. Joe, pass those over to me.
Boom.
All right.
There's one that's not on the list that I do want to talk about.
All right. We covered already in an episode William Neal McCaslin.
Yep.
That was the first one we did. That was a little suspect. That was like 2-3 weeks ago.
He's in there, by the way.
Yes, he is. But now we have a
compiled list.
Now, because we don't...
And this list wasn't easy to come by, let me tell you. It wasn't like you asked ChatGPT to spit it out. It didn't want to give you any official list.
Well,
ChatGPT
did give me some...
It gives you some names.
Some valuable information. So, these names aren't just recent. Okay, yeah. So it's not like...
It stems to 2025.
People are thinking that this list is just within the last few months, and then they're just blowing this up as...
right, but in the last few months.
Right,
so, but like 4 or 5.
There is a couple in the last few months that raises an eyebrow, but however, this goes all the way back to 2022. So let's start with Michael Hicks. He died on July 30th, 2023. Associated with Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL. Cause of death? Not publicly disclosed. All right. Monica Jacinto Reza, reported missing on June 22nd, 2025. Aerospace materials engineer, linked to JPL. Aerojet Rocket Dean disappeared during a hike. She was out on a hike and she went missing. So
sounds familiar.
Yes. But although things do happen on hikes, but it seems that if you're going on a hike and you work in some type of jet propulsion or gravity, or
You're more likely to go missing.
yeah, don't do the hike. Let's do that for another day. Nuno Loureiro. I'm butchering these names, but I will pull them up on YouTube if I remember to edit that in. Killed December 15, 2025. MIT plasma physicist shot and killed at his home, deemed a homicide. James Moffat died April 17, 2026. This was one of the recent ones. Aerospace engineer, former NASA affiliated specialist, and pilot. He got killed in a Mooney M20 plane crash near Union County Airport, South Carolina. This was recent. I remember seeing this in the news. Around 6:30 p.m. Cause of death under investigation. Andrew Moffat, his son of the other guy I just read, James Tony Moffat. He died on April 17, 2026. Research engineer, scientist, University of Alabama in Huntsville, on board the same aircraft which his father went down on and crashed. Now, we covered William Neal McCaslin. He was next. Melissa Cassius, a worker at Los Alamos National Laboratory. She vanished on June 26, 2025, after her car was found parked at her New Mexico home. Reports suggest her work devices were wiped. Now, that is suspicious.
Suspicious, yeah.
Okay.
You don't wipe, like, why would she wipe her devices?
Anthony Chavez, a former construction foreman at Los Alamos National Laboratory. He went missing on May 8th of 2025 in New Mexico. No one knows where he is. And it's weird because he's a construction foreman. So I guess he's seen some shit that he wasn't supposed to see. Stephen Garcia worked at Kansas City National Security Campus and went missing in August 2025 after leaving his home on foot. Frank Mywald, a JPL, I'm butchering these names, so bear with me, a JPL scientist specializing in microwave radiometry. He died on July 4th, 2024, in Los Angeles. Nuno Loureiro, an MIT plasma physicist, a leader of nuclear fusion research. He was shot and killed in Massachusetts.
Oh, look at these professions. Nuclear fusion.
He was shot and killed in Massachusetts home in December of 2025.
What are we trying to do with nuclear energy?
Okay. Carol Grillmar, a Caltech astrophysicist researching dark matter and exoplanets. He was shot on his front porch in California on February 16, 2026. Jason Thomas, a researcher at Novartis in oh my God, these tough words, in Massachusetts. He went missing in December 2025, and his body was found in a lake on March 2026. Now, this one was, I'll come back to that. Matthew James Sullivan, a former Air Force intelligence officer who died by suicide in May 2024 before testifying in a federal whistleblower case. That's the one recently. No, I'm sorry. This one is May 2024. So this is not the
so
same
similar.
one. Yeah, very similar. And this is the one that I wanted to go to because she's pretty big right now on social media. Amy Eskridge, researcher in Antigravity exotic science in Alabama. She died in June 2022 from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, but the case has been added into the case has been added to recent scrutiny. Now, she also has videos where she was on her laptop and her hands were red. They're burned as if like that was they're doing something with like crazy weaponry to her,
like
and she was trying to, I think she was
what she was saying was that they have a technology that shows what she's typing in, like they're sending like some sort of like, I guess some sort of radar / sonar that obviously uses radiation to determine what people are typing on their keyboards, but the side effect was that her hands got burned. So she has a lot of videos out there with things that's what she claims. To be fair, she seems a little out there. She curses a lot. Her diction is not so to par with somebody who's, of a higher caliber of intelligence. Like, she doesn't seem like she's a scientist or someone who's of note that could potentially know something, right? Like,
well, there's two things.
She sounds a little kooky, is what I'm saying.
In my profession now, I'm surrounded by people that have been to school, at least in biology. And from what I gather, you are really weird and love what you're doing, but you come out of school for, and this is a true statement. I'm not knocking anyone. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying that you are a little odd to the average Joe because of your intelligence level, and you solely focus on your profession that you are in, and now you're at this place.
Right, they're not these grand.
So you're not really like a people person. You're so intertwined with your profession and what you've studied. Or it can go the other way, and you're just like the average Joe, but you're really smart. So when you talk to people, you're like, oh shit, like you know a lot about this. So your demeanor hasn't changed. You're not engulfed in it and become weird. You know what I mean? Now, this is the one that rocked everybody this week. David Wilcock died April 20th, 2026, a paranormal researcher and regular contributor to Ancient Aliens. Reported suicide following a mental health crisis at his home in Colorado. Now, here's the crazy thing about it. There was a video a day prior to him unaliving himself saying that he is not suicidal, and he was preaching a lot of stuff about current events. And we heard the news that he passed away. Now, this is, one or two, it's coincidence. But when you get up to like 14, 15 people, especially the one recently, which is very similar to one of the people on there, a whistleblower was about to come out and talk more about what he's seen. And lo and behold, he is gone. Also, Jeremy Corbell is saying that some of these people were looking into extraterrestrial or anti-gravity research. Right. It is like that's some of the things that they were researching. Right. And he publicly put it on Instagram. And then me and you, hours ago before filming this, were like, he's got to be careful with all this stuff going on, because now if something happens to him, then there's a hitman going on. I
feel like it's only the people who are like know enough information to kind of like blow the doors open. Like, I mean, about how the technology works, exactly the intricacies about it, right? Because this is what the average person would say. Why would they kill all these people? Or why would these, this is allegedly, right? Like, this is what everybody's assuming is that allegedly,
my favorite word,
is that people are being offed by a rogue government entity inside our government, the deep state, and they're trying to keep some sort of secret from blowing off the hatch, right?
When all this became popular, right?
When?
Michelle, I was on a podcast, and
he decided to say
wasn't really a good podcast, but it
wasn't a notable podcast at all.
They asked me, Barack. I said, "What's up, brother?
Have you seen aliens?"
I said, "I don't think they're in Area 51, but I don't know if
they're real.
I don't know if they're there. They're real, but I just haven't seen any." And
they're real. They're not at Area 51.
Right after that, that is where.
But this has been going on. I mean, obviously people have been going missing or dying in these very odd circumstances, or their deaths are not really explained at all and still under investigation for quite some time.
Or you say they died by suicide, or you say they were suicidal, or they did get killed by suicide, and then you got reputable people saying it wasn't suicide, and then they go and change their...
There's this back and forth banter of like who's right about this. Like, did David Wilcox, the guy from Ancient Aliens, have this like mental health problem that people are claiming? And now he does have some kind of like wild videos out there where he's talking about some really extreme things. But one thing I notice is that not everybody, but some people on social media are suggesting that a lot of these people and the fields that they work in have something to do with a particular industry that might get upset. And what would that industry be? The oil industry, the energy industry. If they know, if these scientists have information on something called 0-point energy, which is like theoretical, which is like essentially, I don't even know how it works or begin to describe it, but essentially like taking energy out of nowhere. And then there's a scientist that was working on dark matter and all that. So I'm sure that there's these compartmentalized groups that all have bits and pieces of information about one particular project that they were working on. And if you were to have some sort of device, let's just say, or some sort of brand new technology, a nuclear power plant of sorts, right? I don't know how to describe it, so that's what I'll say. That is
an energy other than oil.
An energy other than oil, but free and continuous forever, that could light up cities from here to eons. That's going to upset the whole global economic status and change things and flip it on its head for everybody. There are billionaires that will become poor overnight, right? Like, and how do you charge for this new technology if it's endless? You really can't charge for it because, right, once the machine is in motion, unless there's some upkeep that's super expensive, so that, of course, they're going to figure out a way to charge people. But my point being is that
that would be ironic.
The oil industry is so powerful, and there's not even. It's got to be like, it's quadrillions. Is it quadrillion?
It's definitely.
Let's just say trillions, right? Trillions and trillions of dollars that are flowing through the oil industry right now. If that industry would have just stopped and you would seize it, you'd give the world almost like an artery in a heart. You'd give the world a heart attack. There'd be a shock that would reverberate for decades upon decades until we could catch up. I don't think that they want this technology out there, especially they don't want other countries knowing about this technology, because now other countries aren't going to be reliant upon oil.
Right. Well, oil's making money, right? We're getting it from other countries.
It's a power status.
We're the gas, we're getting money for the companies are getting money from the gas pumps because of the oil. Right.
Hopefully, I don't get in trouble for saying this.
And as you were talking, I hate to say it, I was like, "This is a good reel clip right here."
Well, I got a better one,
but wait, real quick. I said ironic before because if we found a way to have clean energy that was just for free, what would all the do-gooders like? The Earth's got to be green. What would they do? What would they do?
The fight is over.
Yeah, but a lot of them are paid to go and protest.
Right.
You know what I mean? So will you see if this ever comes to light? Right. People saying, "Yeah, let's do it," and then like you said, it's
also like endless energy means new weapons grades technologies for a multitude of countries. Like you can't I'm sure that this technology spans far beyond just replacing oil.
And where did it come from?
Right. That's the question.
See there's a collab here. So Bob Lazar in the 90s when he
was talking about this.
Was talking about all this. So I will always say this now more than ever. He is so validified. Is that a word?
Solidified.
No. Like he is.
There's validity to his claims for sure.
Yeah, he is 100% right about everything.
Vindicated.
Vindicated. There's the word I was looking for. Vindicated. He's vindicated on everything he's ever said. Because people thought he was batshit crazy in the 90s.
Right.
And then come to realize, with everything out now, he is 100% right about everything.
Even the element that he, was it one?
And they went after him for that. I remember watching
a
documentary on, I think, Netflix, and like they filmed him, and they went in there, and he was like making firecrackers, and like they raided him during the documentary. Like the FBI came in.
That's kind of crazy.
So, again, this stuff had to come from somewhere, and I think.
Why let him live?
I think it's he's got knowledge. They're going to use him. You know what I mean? Like, why?
Let him be the kook.
Why take out someone that you could still use their intelligence, someone that's worked on it since day one? They probably started working on this in the late 80s throughout the 90s, right? So that's that. So this technology that we know exists, I strongly think came from, whether you want to call them aliens from outer space or interdimensional beings, something crashed here that wasn't supposed to be here. We studied the shit out of it because we're smarter than we give ourselves credit for. And now we have a technology that these people are going missing because they're too close to letting it out there.
Right.
And the question is, are we going to believe it? Because people don't care about UFOs and aliens now.
No.
They can come out tomorrow and say aliens are real. And if you look at the comments about UFOs and aliens within the last 6 months to a year,
right,
all you hear people or read in the comments is, "We don't care, give us the Epstein list," or "They're getting ready for Project Bluebeam." which
think that people have said Project Bluebeam so much that they got to scrap it at this point because no one's going to believe, because people know technology exists. Look at all these drone shows that they do in the air now. If you were to take a drone show and do what they could do with drones in the air today, I mean, like if you could take that technology like 20, 30 years ago, people might actually think that Jesus was in the sky. Meanwhile, it's just some drones drawing some pictures of Jesus moving around.
So this technology, in my opinion, came from somewhere. People are getting too close to talking about it and letting it be known that there's maybe, like you said,
you know what movie they alluded to Project Bluebeam in?
What?
Did you see Spider-Man with Mysterio?
I did not.
The drones were creating these fake, just like creatures that were kind of destroying the world, but they were just projections, and the drones inside of the projection had missiles and were shooting weapons at people, so people were thinking that they were these monsters when really it was these drones flying around simulating an attack from some sort of like, interdimensional monster.
Right. I did not see that.
I
didn't see that
good.
one.
But that movie is kind of like
who played
Tom Holland is the
no, I know he's Spider-Man, but
Mysterio he was famous. Jake
Gyllenhaal played Mysterio.
Yep.
Yeah, and he got everyone to think Spider-Man was the bad guy.
Right.
And he was a hero. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got that much from that movie. I didn't see that one. I really do think that these people got too close to releasing, not about aliens, because I don't think anyone cares. I think that there's an energy source out there that came from them. The government has it, and like you said, it would be the black. It would be the black. It would be the Widowmaker, the Black Widowmaker artery.
Right, of the society that we're living currently.
Yeah, you make money from people sick, right? Like I saw a good meme the other day. I posted it on Instagram in the story. It said, if COVID was so deadly that they gave free shots to save everybody, why aren't they giving free cancer treatment? Why aren't they giving free EpiPens for allergic reaction? Why aren't they giving free treatment for other illnesses that are
killing people?
That are killing people.
Yeah.
But they did it for COVID. So that is true. You can twist it all you want, saying that I didn't believe in COVID. I didn't do. No, that is true. You gave shots to save everybody
for one thing, but what about the other thing?
That certainly did not work. Right.
I feel like cancer's killed a lot more people in the last few years.
Yes, cancer's killed way more people over the last couple of years than I would say COVID. Don't quote me on that, but
pretty sure it's probably right.
And you have cancer, you have allergic reactions, so you have EpiPens. Give that stuff for free. Yeah, right? So there's too much money to be lost if they were doing that.
But was it really free? I feel like our taxpayer dollars paid for it anyway?
In theory, yes.
You know what I mean?
But, there's money to be made in keeping people sick. There's a lot of money to be made in electricity, oil, gas, things of that nature. So if you take out sick people and you take out means of energy like gas and electric, things like that, where Con Edison in New York City or this New York area is raping people, you are going to cause a teeter in what's making money. And the government and these companies, they like money. So as long as people are sick, they're making money. And as long as there's people that need electricity and certain things, you're gonna have to, and if you're saying
it supports so many people that industry. It's not just about like the people at the top. Obviously, it's going to seize up their income and all their investments. If you have billions of dollars invested into an industry, you're not going to want that industry to stop, would you? That means your lifestyle's gone.
And certainly not the government.
Yeah.
Segue.
I do have a good segue.
Okay.
There's one more on the list.
Oh.
So, and this takes us to the alleged, or not alleged.
Oh.
No.
You upset me. I was going to say it again.
So, it takes us back to this potential assassination last night at the, what was it?
It was some dinner.
Yeah. It's like that comedy dinner they do.
Some dinner.
Anyway.
It wasn't very funny.
That definitely wasn't funny. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
How many times was that now?
So, this is number 4, I think. This is the 4th attempt, potentially.
Miss me again.
So, all right. there's one more on the list. A man by the name of Henry Martinez worked for JPL. I don't know if I can substantiate this or confirm this, but apparently Henry Martinez worked for JPL. And he had a Twitter. And in 2023, Henry Martinez
named the guy. He named the guy that tried to shoot Trump.
Cole Allen.
And then if you go to his Twitter banner,
Cole Allen is the guy that recently got caught yesterday.
Did you see
for trying to assassinate Trump?
Did you see the banner on his Twitter page? Did you read this part?
Yeah, I saw where it kind of looks like
it looks like the Trump flag. Now
right, that's the Trump assassination.
That is,
and that banner was made
in 2023.
2023.
Right. So now for that,
it's kind of like this ink blot art type of thing. That if you take the image of Trump putting his fist in the air after he was almost assassinated by I forget the kid's name, but when he was shot in the ear, the very first attempt.
Now
the picture, the ink blot type of picture looks like.
I think that's pareidolia.
Right. You're reaching for an image.
You're reaching for an image. However, this guy that made that video did find the name.
This tweet.
Did find the tweet, and it is there because Twitter doesn't go anywhere. However, this also correlates with, in the last couple of weeks, the fake photo of the attempted assassination has been coming up again. And like, you guys, people are like, do you believe that he actually did that? You know, and then do you believe like this was
so
that's ironic.
Check this out. I was thinking on the way here, and this might be a hot take. I don't know if anybody's thought about this just yet.
Ooh.
But this guy, Henry Martinez, works at JPL. There was a movie with, and I feel like Hollywood puts everything in plain sight. There was a movie called Paycheck with Ben Affleck. You know what Paycheck was about?
No.
All right.
You're asking the wrong guy about movies.
So I need Dario here, man.
Yeah.
So Paycheck was a movie with Ben Affleck where he was commissioned to work on a project, but in order to work on the project, they had to erase his memory from the inception of when he took the job to the very end of the project. So he'd probably potentially have to work on this project for a year, and they would wipe his memory after a year of working on this up until the point that he took the job, right? And so anybody he knew, anybody he met within that year, he'd just have no memory of what he did or what he worked on. And what he was actually working on later, he left himself clues along the way to figure out what he worked on, because what he was working on was a machine that could potentially, in the wrong hands, destroy the world. And what it was a time machine of sorts. It helps you look into the future, not too far into the future, but far enough where you can see events that are going to transpire into the future. So that's why he was able to use these clues, to find these clues to figure out what he created. Now my point is, this guy made this post in 2023, and he works at JPL. And in the movie, Ben Affleck works at this NASA-like place, or jet propulsion laboratory type place, where there's other people working around him, and he has coworkers, but he doesn't get to know what they're working on, and they don't get to know what he's working on. And so it's kind of ironic. It makes me feel like this feels like some sort of like time traveling-esque incident.
So the guy who tweeted this, is he missing?
He's essentially the Ben Affleck, is what I'm saying. But he's missing.
Oh, he's missing too.
Yeah.
It's like, so people found this guy, his Twitter page, and they don't know where he is.
Correct.
Interesting.
And it's out there. Just search Henry Martinez, Cole Allen, boom.
What does Google say about this?
It'll take you to the JPL page where he was an employee.
What does Google say about this? You know how Google's very quick to be like, oh, there's like conspiracy theorists saying that, Henry Martinez.
Well, they haven't said anything about it yet, because it's just kind of, it's super fresh.
Super fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. So like within a week, they'll be like, oh, conspiracy theories are saying that, but this is actually not what he meant. They met his cousin. There's X amount of people named that person, and that's what he meant, and they'll flip it around. Mm-hmm. Well, I have gotten past I let this marinate a little bit after William Neal McCaslin. I let it marinate, and
we needed to hit it again.
Well, we're hitting it again because it's not coincidence.
What about the two? It's not coincidence anymore.
No, it's not.
There's a whole family killed with two NASA scientists on board, father and son duo.
Plane crash.
And they're not going to know the investigation or how the plane crashed for over like a year. They're saying this investigation is going to take.
Really? For a black box? That's because that's really what comes down to. The black box
Yeah.
has all the data.
It's really not, but I guess they're trying to figure out what caused the plane crash. They're trying to figure out an answer, like a plausible answer.
I'll tell you what caused the plane crash.
It was Hillary. It was Hillary. She did it.
I'm gonna say something right here.
We all know what happened
because
with JFK Jr. We know. We saw the documentaries. We know who it was. I'm kidding. It's jokes.
It's a joke.
It's jokes, man.
Oh, wait.
But maybe.
Joke. It's just a joke. Anyways, Joey, this is not going to be a popular take.
No.
But it's not political, but it's just a...
Come on, it's what's out there. It's what's in the ether. It's what the people are saying.
This is also something that I have yet to hear people talk about.
Yeah.
You ready for this one?
Go.
Okay. Turn my mic up a little bit.
Oh,
this is a good one.
This is a good one.
Okay. Joey, from 2016 to 2020.
Okay.
Who was the president of the United States?
To 2020?
2016.
Yeah, it's Trump.
Right. It was me. The greatest president ever. How much did you hear from one side of politics about that man when he was president, trying to impeach him, trying to say he colluded with Russia, which that kind of got debunked. Right? Other things, sexual misconduct, the whole nine. And every week, every month, for 6 months, it was the Russian thing, which...
It was always something new.
If you really Google it,
right.
I'm not supporting anybody, but if you really Google it, the fake dossier was created by someone on the left-hand side, and she only got hit with a little penalty and a fine, and that was it. No one talks about it no more, right? No one talks about Russia collusion. So you had Russia, sexual misconduct, whole bunch of things, all the way to 2020. And until the man left office, there was one side of politics, even on his side, trying to get him impeached and the whole nine, right? Now, it seems to be that he's losing followers that supported him.
Right.
And there is a very odd change in his demeanor. He's a little bit more aggressive. I think he's a little bit... Well, he was always a little crazy, but I think he's crazier. But what's the one thing you notice so far in his presidency that there's a lack of? Can you guess it?
No. Shoot.
There is a lack of the people on the left complaining about him.
Oh, yeah.
There is...
Certain files were dropped.
No AOC, because she was a big one. Chuck Schumer here and there, not as much as he used to be. You know,
it seems
it's
let
me finish. It's either the Epstein list is that good, right? And they're all working together to be like, yeah, you keep that to yourself and we won't mess with you until you get out. Matter of fact, when you get out of office, we're going to forget about you being arrested and having to go back to jail after you're done, because that's still on the table, you know?
Right.
Will he serve time in jail? No. But that's still there.
Right.
You know? Let's keep it quiet. Or what a lot of people believe is that when you become president, there's a secret group of people waiting to meet you after you're sworn in. Get to the presidential office. And the first 4 years of him being president from 2016 and 2020, he's like, fuck you. I'm not listening to you. I'm doing what I wanted to do. I'm the president. I'm not a politician.
You rock the boat.
I'm going to rock the boat. But then when he got back in, those people were back in there waiting for him to come in after he got sworn in. And he was probably like, oh, you guys again. Hello there. What do you want? And they talked to him. And they said, you know, in the next 4 years, you can be in jail. And you're going to have access to this list. Let's work something out. And like a lot of people say, when you become president, you're not the guy in charge. There is a secret group of people that is in charge telling you what you're going to do and what you're going to say. And does he listen to everything? No, because he still has his personality out there. He says some batshit crazy things. But he's a lot more different than he was from 2016 to 2020. And there was only a few other presidents that probably didn't listen to this secret group. And one of them you just mentioned. We all know what happened to JFK. He didn't play ball, and they took him out.
He even made a speech about it right before he died.
So there is
we are opposed to secret oaths and secret proceedings.
There is a big difference between Trump 2016 to 2020 and Trump now, because somebody got to him, and he's been, I would say, compromised, because he's not the same. And you don't hear these people on the left trying to yell and scream the way they did from 2016 to 2020.
Right.
And people see that. His following see that. Because I occasionally get a political... I have done my best to get that out of my algorithm. But there's a couple of things that pop up and I read, and I'm no longer a Trump supporter. I'm not a Republican no more. I'm an independent. I'm not going to the left. It has changed. So something has visibly changed. And I think that they got to him. I think that's why he's doing things that are uncanny to his former presidential self from his first term. And there's something going on. And in the hindsight of things, this is just part of it. All these missing people.
Right.
How Trump is acting now and the lack of feedback and fight back from the people on the left.
I was going to say, there's the documentary that we talked about on the podcast once with the Disclosure documentary.
Age of Disclosure.
Yeah, Age of Disclosure. And it's funny because there's a movie that Steven Spielberg is making right now. Or
it's going to come out. I've seen the trailer to it.
Disclosure Day.
Yeah. I think it's called Disclosure.
But Marco Rubio, he was the Secretary of, is he the Secretary of War? Was it kind of the Secretary of Defense?
Something significant.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me look that up. I gotta know this. I gotta make sure that I know this from here on out.
Yeah, he's war or
United States Secretary of State. Right.
Okay.
So Marco Rubio is a high-level government official right now, and he went on this documentary, and he basically said that there are people within government, aka he didn't say deep state because he's not going to outright say that, but essentially a governmental force that doesn't have to disclose information, or why would they, to an administration that changes hands every 4 to 8 years. It would only be on a need-to-know basis. And if they don't need to know...
I hurt your stomach again.
They're not going to tell them. Yeah, I had some spicy...
Not lollipops today.
No good.
I heard it.
Yeah.
That was your stomach, though, not your throat this time?
It was my stomach, definitely.
Okay, I heard it. Just so you know.
These damn mics, hopefully they didn't catch it.
Yeah, they pick up everything, man. That's how we know after Friday when this airs.
You better keep that sphincter tight when you're doing a podcast, just so you guys know.
Yeah, listen. These mics pick up everything. I just heard the gurgling from inside of Joey's stomach.
You got to edit all these things out.
I could literally hear what he ate.
But yeah, Marco Rubio said, basically that's what's going on, and there's almost nothing that they could do about it, and there's a plethora of information that the administration doesn't know that this deep form of government knows, that's been there for 30, 40 plus years. How do you fix that? You don't fix it,
We are...
It's a secret society of sorts.
I'm telling you right now, and you've heard it plenty of times, you are never going to know the complete list of the Epstein list. Never. Are we ever going to know if UFOs are real? I think they're going to tell us. But are people going to believe it? No, I don't think for an instant anybody. I think 50% of people will be surprised and excited about the news, and the other 50% are going to be like, no, I don't believe it. Give me the Epstein list and Project Bluebeam. And they're already saying like they could be angels and ghosts and demons and all that stuff. We're never going to know the truth. But you can research things and make a decision for yourself, and just know that trusting pretty much anyone right now is out the window, especially the government. So, you got anything else?
I do. I want to play this one clip for the followers.
Okay, play it. I already see the person that's about to talk. Now I'm extra scared for our safety.
Wait. Context. This is... Let me see.
Those fingers are flying on the keyboard. For those who are not watching, I'm just dictating what Joey's doing. Joey is pulling up something on laptop. He is trying to get context to something that he's about
This is 1963, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to play this clip.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations.
Now I'm going to stop right there, because all of what he just said was that there is a secret society that is composed of all those things.
And he's opposed to it.
Correct.
And he got assassinated.
A week after he said that.
Now, this is a real speech.
Yes, 100%.
Whoa. Never heard that.
Yep.
That is crazy. Yeah. Well, again, if you are not playing ball to the secret society.
It used to be difficult to find online. They almost didn't want you to find it. YouTube would kind of keep erasing videos that had like 2-3 million views of it, and it'd get taken down. What do you 2-3 million get taken down?
Real quick, what do you think? Because I don't really know offhand. I know JFK and Lincoln were assassinated. I think there's maybe one more.
Attempted assassinations, but no actual
What do you think Lincoln did at that time period that got him killed? If you're going on with the conspiratorial route.
He upset the standard of living. He changed America forever.
And that's why John Wilkes Booth did what he did.
Could be. There could be more to it.
That makes me think. How long has this... Again, we don't know. We'd like to think so at this point.
How long has this secret society been going on? And we do know,
there's something.
It has, right? Like, if you look at the old pictures of George Washington, for instance, in his Masonic garb.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the Freemasons founded this country, and that still continues to this day, and there's levels to this stuff.
I think that there's a hidden part of history that we don't know about. I think what they've compiled since we started this nation, 1776, is that we have to have one person, by the laws of voting, telling people of this free world what needs to happen and what needs to be done. Because if they said that there's going to be a group of people doing it, I think other people would have been like, well, we can't trust a group because then too many ideas, too many hands in the kitchen. So we have to have it one person. So they did that. We're going to have a president. But beyond the doors that are closed, it's the president at the desk being pulled by strings of this group.
Right. And this was the one guy that we had that didn't want to be pulled by strings. And I pray, fingers crossed, that, Trump also is that guy that is not going to be controlled by a secret society?
I don't know, man. I this is there. Like I said, I have noticed it. I don't really do the politics thing. I stopped a while back because I was being consumed by stupidity. Because it really dawned on me that there is no good guy. They're all bullshit artists.
Yeah,
they're all.
It all depends what lens you're looking from.
I think
right?
people here in New York City don't want to admit that they got bamboozled pretty quickly. I think that they don't.
The people on the Upper East Side,
Yeah,
I beg to differ right now.
Really think that they don't really have the people's best interest at heart. That it is the most powerful position in the world besides the Pope, which is crazy to think about.
Right.
And when you're in there, all these little subliminal problems in cities like New York City, even though it's a major city, they don't care. And that's up to the governors and the mayors and the associates within that,
Right.
to do with their part. But then even them, you can't trust them. And that's how it works. And there is just going to be a lack of trust. I don't do politics, but what I have seen is there is a very visible change and demeanor to Trump. And the people that were labeled his enemies are, even the news isn't really covering him that much.
No.
They ABC, MSNBC, CNN, they'd have field dates. It's all they would talk about is Trump.
Right.
And you don't even hear that no more.
You hear it on social media.
Yeah, because it's social media. But people pick their target and they focus on where we do paranormal and conspiracy UFOs. That's all we talk about. People have a niche.
Yeah.
And their niche is Trump or Biden or Obama or Reagan, or we're going to talk about these people. So, but as far as I go on, I still have AOL. When I go on I don't see them posting about Trump. Or it's
right. There's other big news titles. It's a lot less political.
Very
news titles.
Quiet.
Yeah, even on Yahoo, I noticed.
Yeah, it's quiet. There is a completely different change, and Trump has said more batshit crazy things this term than he has said in his previous term, and it's not on the news.
Yeah. Well, think about this: like 90% of Congress decided not to disclose some of those redacted names in the files. That's everyone.
Yeah.
That's the Democrats and the Republicans alike.
Yes. Everybody's on that list. If that list gets out, there's again, not condoning it would be mass hysteria, possible civil war from what these people did. You are leading this world and you did this on this island and you expect us to listen to you and pay taxes? That's why they can't let that out. I don't even
think it's his name. I think it's others. I think it's all those 300 people that decided to not release the names for good reason.
And that's what I'm saying. That would piss off a lot of people that really are true Americans. And what would essentially happen is a uprising. Like, we're paying taxes. You're supposed to be.
You ever see people in the comments when they post alien stuff now? They're like, yeah, that's a cool story, man, but Epstein.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why
the public is not fooled anymore, man. We are not. People don't give a damn. They just want to know about what the hell's going on with the Epstein files.
If the truth comes out, no one's going to care. We will.
Yeah, they'd readily give you the truth about UFOs and aliens and extraterrestrials, and if they are potentially real. And that's a secret they've been hiding for about 100+ years, right? Like 1947 Roswell. It's been going on for a long time. It's not 100 years exactly, but like we're getting close, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, think about how long that they've been like compartmentalizing groups and keeping all these things secret from the public.
Yeah, I again, not gonna know. We'll be up all night, and
there is a shit ton of UFO files that are about to be released under Trump, though.
That's gonna be interesting. Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna distract all of you by letting you guys know that there's little green men.
That'd be cool. I mean, I would take that trade-off. As long as I know that we're not alone in the... I'll be like, fuck, finally, I knew it. I lived to see the day. And some people didn't, who wanted to see that day, about real, true disclosure, about what's really going on in the cosmos. I'm
a firm believer that if you witness something, you feel you're free to believe it. I have been a believer in UFOs since 95, 96, whatever year it was.
and if there's UFOs, why don't they just come down? Well, they'd have about as much in common with us as we do with ants. And you're not going to invite your ant to your dinner table. You're going to smash it and get it off your table because you don't want to get it in your food.
Pretty much. I do have to say this, that if you really want to go down the rabbit hole with a tinfoil hat, you're going to be doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
And
by the way, I was going to bring us some aluminum foil today, but
I decided against it.
I
was going to go upstairs and make the tinfoil hat and put it on for this episode. Say, I have another gift for you, Joey, and we were going to wear it, but I chose not to.
If I have like radiation burns on my face when I go home, I'm not doing
if my lips tomorrow are completely like burnt off, I know exactly why. And this episode will air on Friday. So, after Friday, who knows? It's good seeing you, though, bud.
Yeah, it's good seeing you, bro.
I'll see you on the other side.
Or maybe we can see each other.
What was it on the Ghostbuster movie? See you on the other side, Ray. Cross the streams.
Yeah.
That
thing is fucking cool, by the way.
See you on the other side, Ray. Dr. Venkman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I can think about right now. Well, I'm powering down.
Power down. Power down.
There we go. Powered down. All right, enough of that. I need coffee.
Yeah, and you know where you can get some coffee?
How you doing? How you brewing cafe in Tuckahoe, New York is the place to go. If you want to talk about conspiracies and presidents and everything of that nature, Best Cup of Joe in New York, How You Brewing Cafe. They have over 15 different flavors of iced coffee.
And some sweet treats in the glass.
Macchiatos, espressos, all that fun stuff that you like to get. You could sit there and enjoy it or take it on the go. How You Brewing Cafe in Tuckahoe, New York.
They got you covered.
They got you covered. That's the place to go. And of course, all this talk made possible by Spotify for Creators. If you don't know about Spotify for Creators, it's the free app that allows you to get your podcast idea
out there.
If you have a phone, tablet, or computer, head over to Spotify for Creators to get started immediately. Joe?
Oh, we're going to fucking die.
Yeah.
We might not live after this podcast.
Hey, listen, it's been a good ride, man.
Oh, man, we gave a whole list.
We've done, it's a list that's already out there. We have nothing to worry about. I think some of the other stuff.
I don't think anybody's done it like we did it. No one put all the names successively in order.
Some of the other stuff we said about, like the guy you mentioned on Twitter and what I said about Trump, which I haven't heard anyone talk about.
Yeah.
I think I might be in for it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd be doing me a favor. They're like, nah, we're not doing you no favors. We're going to let you suffer.
You got to watch Paycheck, by the way. You'd like that movie.
You know what? I'll add it to the list.
Yep.
Casino, Goodfellas, Paycheck.
Damn,
yeah, I know.
We got to catch you up, man.
I know.
You got to be able to know what me and Dario are talking about when he's in the room.
I know. I'm going to be seeing Dario soon. I'll tell you off air.
Nice.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
We got to bring that guy back.
Bringing him back. I don't know if he wants to come back after all this. But
oh, shit.
Until next time, this has been another episode, possibly the last episode
of the Say What Again Billy podcast.